This is my first live. We are looking at the My Happy Place quilt. I'm going to start it. It's on Lori Holt's blog. Just go to her Google and search Lori Holt, My Happy Place, and you'll be able to find all of the pattern details on there. Today, I think I'm going to start going through my fabric, and I'm going to iron my background fabrics and get those started, get those cut out. I'm using my Lori Holt fabric scraps and fat quarters that I have. I'm in the Lori Holt Fat Quarter Club on Fat Quarter Shop. So, and I've already used some of them for the Bee Vintage quilt that I made. So I'm going to use what I have left and any new fat quarters that I get from the Fat Quarter Club and create this quilt. I did order a few things. We can look at those right now if you want to. This is the shapes that you need for the My Happy Place. I got them on Black Friday for like 10 bucks. I'm not sure how much they are, but they're on Fat Quarter Shop or any other quilt shop should have them. I think they're on Amazon too. Here's the fabric that I ordered specifically for this quilt. I really liked it, and they were having a big Lori Holt sale on Fat Quarter Shop, so I ordered some of the fabrics. And I'm not sure what the fabric line is called. It may be called Happy Place. Or Stitch something. I don't know. We'll see. It may be on one of these salvages. Ordered that. This. This. And this. Thanks, guys, for the likes. Feel free to share the live, too. This is my first one, so you'll have to bear with me. I'm a little bit nervous. I think this is for the binding. And these are all Lori Holt fabrics. I don't remember what this is for, but I got it. The borders, maybe. The borders. I got the cheater print for the backing on this quilt. That's really cute. So I'll just sew. It came in several pieces. I guess it was the end of the bolts that they had, so I couldn't get a continuous cut. But I'll sew those pieces together, and that will be the backing for my quilt. And I plan on putting this quilt in my sewing room and hanging it up. I got some Lori Holt interfacing. You don't really need Lori Holt interfacing. I'm sure any fabric interfacing would be fine. It's kind of stiff. It's not like SF 101. It's a little bit heavier than SF 101. It's expensive. And I also got 2 of these Jolly bars that were on sale of the Stitch. That's the fabric line. Stitch by Lori Holt. I got 2 of these Jolly bars that were on sale to use in this quilt. Pieces should be big enough to at least use in some of the locks. And this is my December Fat Quarter bundle from Lori Holt that I got. They're getting ready to ship out January. It's really late. They said it would ship out February 1st. Hopefully the February bundle will not be as late. But we have little red chicks. Red hearts, those are cute. They'd be cute for Valentine's Day. Red cross stitch. Kind of a coral flower. These cute little things. Some green. This was December, so it's kind of got a Christmassy vibe going on. Which is fine. And green. And that Fat Quarter Club, you get 12 fat quarters every month for, I think with shipping and stuff, it's like $40, 40 something dollars, $42 or something like that. teal flowers. And I'm going to use all these. And a couple of backgrounds. Every bundle has a couple backgrounds in it. So, first things first, since I have limited backgrounds left, I'm going to cut out my bigger pieces of backgrounds that I need. So that means I have to iron, and I have my iron on. If you look in the instructions, again, you can go to Lori Holt's blog and search My Happy Place, or go to Google and search Lori Holt My Happy Place, and on her blog are all the directions and fabric requirements and stuff like that. But I really like her patterns because it has all of the fabrics that she used. I'm not going to use exactly what she used, but it has a cut list, and you can cut ahead or you can cut as you go. But I'm going to look through here and look at these background fabrics and see exactly how much I need of the background fabrics, because I know there's one piece in here that is really big, and I only have one 1 yard cut of the background fabric, so I would need to cut that big square out of that big yard of background fabric. And I'm just looking at the cut list here. I've got some 14 by 14 ones. Oh, here we go. This 22 and a half, there's a 22 and a half inch by 22 and a half inch block on here, and that's my biggest block. So, and that's bigger than a fat quarter, so I'm not going to be able to get it out of one of these background fat quarters. So, I also have a tote full of Lori Holt fabric. I'm a big fan, can you tell? And here's my huge tote. It's crammed full. I need a bigger tote now that I have a little bit more fabric, or a second tote. We'll see. But here is my big 1 yard cut, and I have cut a little bit out of this, so hopefully that won't be in the way. I'm gonna get that ironed. If you guys have any questions, just ask them, and I will try my best to answer. Oh yeah, we should have plenty of room. Hopefully. If not, I may just have to buy more fabric. The tragedy. If you guys haven't seen, I posted a whole series about Lori Holt's Bee Vintage quilt that she made. I just finished it up. It's in my Etsy shop if you would be interested in buying it. That link is in my bio. Feel free to subscribe. Give me some likes, love. I'll try my best. I've been quilting for about, I don't know, I made my first quilt. Sorry, I hit the camera. I made my first quilt when I was in high school. It was not pretty. Not pretty at all. And I hand stitched it, so it was even more not pretty, because I had no idea what I was doing. But my mama, when I was a little girl, was always sewing, crafting, all this stuff. She wasn't great at any of it, but I loved to watch her, and I loved to help her. So I think I inherited the love of sewing and quilting from her. And I do have, my aunt had one of her old sewing machines, and I do have, she gave it to me once I started really getting into quilting pretty heavy. She gave it to me, so I have it. I repainted the cabinet on it. It was in pretty rough shape, but it's an old Kenmore. I have it over here. I might get it out one day on my lives or one of my TikTok videos. Can you see it over there? It's got another sewing machine sitting on the top of it. But I think I inherited my love of sewing and crafting and all that stuff from her. I quilt, I knit, I crochet, I embroider, I cross stitch, anything really to do with sewing. The things I'm best at is quilting probably and knitting. Even though I started out with crochet, I enjoyed knitting more. I'm getting ready to make a t-shirt quilt also for my daughter, because she is in her senior year of high school and we have all these lovely t-shirts saved up. And I'm going to make her a memory quilt for when she graduates. So if you guys are interested in that, look out. I'm currently making the first video of that series. And I'm also going to be selling the vintage pinwheel, vintage sunburst, Lori Holt sew along on the Fat Quarter Shop blog. Get more information about that there. All right, that's on. I have a cutting board over to the side over here, but I don't want to move this camera around and make everybody sick, so I'm just jerking this one over here. And when I need to cut a, I do not have, let's see. Well, the longest ruler I have is 24 inches, but it's one of these skinny rulers. So what I'm going to do is use the lines on my cutting board here. And it is just barely, it's 23 inches, so it's barely big enough to accommodate, but we'll be fine. Do you guys want me to move the camera so you can see me cutting? I may just fold this in half. I hate cutting big blocks like this because I always end up having to fold and all this stuff, but I really love this quilt, so I'm gonna do it. When you are folding fabric to cut it, you really want to make sure that your fabric is really straight. It's off, like up here at the top. It doesn't lay perfectly straight on this ledge, but I have my salvages over here perfectly straight with each other. That way the bottom fold is as straight as possible, so I can get a nice straight cut and there won't be any little dimples or divots in it. All right. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm working on the Lori Holt My Happy Place quilt. I'm going to be working on it probably every Saturday. I'm not sure what time I'll hop on. Probably around 11-ish, between around lunchtime, between 10 and 1 probably, because I'm usually home alone, or my kids are still in the bed because they're teenagers. So if you want to join me every Saturday and sew along, or just watch, or ask questions about sewing, I'll be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 and a half. Oh, I cut it real close, guys. You can't see it off the screen, but I have where I'd used this fabric before. Cut real close. I'll show you once I get it cut here. Uh-oh. See, I'm off a little bit. Gotta make sure that line is straight if you're using the lines on your boards. Guys, feel free to ask questions. I'm a quilter, knitter, crocheter. If you guys want to see me do something, feel free to ask. Okay. Now I got that straightened up. Now we can cut. Let me show you how close I was. What is that? 1/8 of an inch? 1/4 of an inch? Just enough. Just right. That's all that counts, right? All right, so I got my width cut, 22.5. Now I need to cut the other way. Okay, I'm gonna line these edges up. Sometimes if you scratch the fabric to get it lined up, that helps you without moving it too much or knocking it off course. I do that quite a bit, actually. Give it a little scratch. Oh, that's my dog. She's joined us. And she's wanting to go outside, I think. Okay. Straightened out. Gonna line it up over here. Give myself a nice straight edge, and there's my teenage son. And no, you shouldn't cut with your left hand, but I don't want to turn back. And I didn't even get it cut good. That's why you shouldn't cut with your left hand if you're not left-handed. There we go. Now, 22.5 inches this way. 1.5. All right, I'm just using the lines on my cutting board to measure because this piece is so big, and lining up my ruler on the lines on the cutting board to make sure it's straight. All right, this is my 22.5 22.5 inch square, hopefully. Double measure. 22.5. 22.5. Perfect. Oops, sorry. All right. My poor dog. Here she is. Here she is. She's wanting some attention. Yes.
Hi, Oni. Yeah.
Hold on a second, guys. I gotta go let her out. Maybe. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Guys, I'm working on the Lori Holt My Happy Place quilt. You can find the pattern and the information about that quilt on Lori Holt's blog. Just Google Lori Holt My Happy Place and it'll take you straight to her blog or the Riley Blake website, both of them, and give you the information about that. All right, so this is my 22.5-inch block. I'm going to label it. Oops. I made a mess. Okay. I'm going to use painter's tape to stick on here and label it. 22.5 by 22.5. And this is for the applique block. Okay. Painter's tape, stick it on there. And then it will peel right off whenever I'm ready to use it. Okay. First piece cut. All right, so I'm gonna mark that off on my cut list here. I've already got that done. And now the next thing I'm gonna do is look and see which other pieces are bigger than a fat quarter on here, and try to get those out. Here's one, 11 inches by 28 inches. I may not have enough of that. And I am going for scrappy backgrounds on this, so if I have to piece a couple pieces together, that's fine. This is not 28 inches. Okay. I am going to have to piece a couple of pieces together for that one, which is fine. So we will come back to that one. Let's see, what I have left is about 24 inches, one piece. And then this piece is about 22 inches. So, hey guys, thanks for joining. I am working on the Lori Holt My Happy Place quilt. You can find that on her blog. Go to Google and search Lori Holt My Happy Place. You'll be able to find all the information about this quilt and maybe join me in sewing it, or maybe not, or maybe just watch me. If you guys have any quilting questions or crafting questions or would like to see me demonstrate something, please let me know. I'll be working on this probably every Saturday. Probably anywhere from between 10 to 1 for about an hour or so every Saturday. So if you guys are interested in joining me, we can do that. Let's see. Okay, here's my other background. There's some on here that has length of fabric for borders. I'm not going to do those yet. Borders and sashing. Let's see. I'm just reading, guys. Sorry. Here's one 9 by 12, 9 by 21 inches for the floss block. So we may try to get that one out. I may just go ahead and sew this together and get the 11 by 28 inch for the ironing block. Let's do that. Let's sew a little bit. I'll have to set up my sewing machine. All right. Actually, let's not do that because I would have to take my whole camera contraption over there and set that all up. And I haven't gotten the black thread out of it from what I was doing previously. So that'll be the next live. So let's cut the... Oh my. Sorry. Layla. Stop. Anybody want a giant dog in their house? She's a very good alarm system. Very good. Layla. Sorry. Now I'm getting all my pages mixed up, guys. I know there was one that said 21 inches. I can't find it. Oh, there it is. 9 by 21 inches. Okay, let's cut that one. 9 by 21 inches. I'll use a smaller piece of fabric. This is another long piece. So I'm going to use my board again. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, yes, I have enough. And this side should be pretty straight because this is the side that I just cut for the other block. Yes, perfect. Guys, always close your rotary cutter. Don't sit it down because you will reach for it and you will cut yourself. Always close it. 21 right here. All right, 9 inches up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Measure twice, cut once. And that way you don't cry. Hey guys, thanks for joining. I'm working on the Lori Holt My Happy Place block quilt. You can find that on Google. If you Google Lori Holt, My Happy Place, it will come up for you. Now I'm cutting background fabric because I am kind of limited on my background fabrics that I have left that don't have chunks taken out of them from other projects. All right, I cut this one, and this is, I'm actually going to use my masking tape because I can't see the other one. Okay. This is 9 by 21 inches for the floss block. You could just write and pin little pieces of paper. I'd rather not poke myself as I'm digging around. So, I'm using masking tape or painter's tape. Stick it on there, it'll come right off. Okay, got that one. The rest of that fabric I'm going to piece together for that 9 by 28 block. I'll have to have that set up to do next time because I don't have my sewing machine set up. I was planning on cutting today, so. So out of this fabric leftovers, I'm going to put a note on here for the 11 by 28 inch ironing block. All right, I'll set those aside, and next time we will piece those two pieces together and make a piece long enough to cut the iron block. And I'm going to make a note on my cut sheet. Hey guys, this is what I'm working on. Let me find the front cover. Oh, here it is. This is the quilt I'm working on. You can find this pattern information on Lori Holt's blog. Just go to Google and type Lori Holt, My Happy Place, and it will pop right up for you. You can go and download the fabric requirements. This is a previous sew-along that she did on her blog, and I just recently found it, so I'm going to do it, and I'm going to hang this up in my sewing room. I think it's so cute. Okay, next. I may have some of these backgrounds in my stash from my Lori Holt Club, so I'm going to look and see. I'm going to pull my backgrounds from out of here. And if I have what she has listed, I'm going to use it. And if I don't, I'll find a substitute. So, let's see. The first one is the Cayenne cross stitch. Let's see. Maybe that one? Oh, those are for the borders. Never mind. Oh, I better get my other ones over here too. Okay, here we go. Let me fold these up. I'm using all my scraps from my previous quilt, my Bee Vintage quilt, to do this. So I'm kind of piecing together what I have. I didn't want to buy too much more fabric for this. I did buy backing and some of the fabrics that are on here because I found them on sale, a good sale right after like Black Friday. They had a big Lori Holt sale on Fat Quarter Shop. Okay, so that cayenne was for the borders. There are a couple cuts out of there. I don't know if I have enough to cut them though. Okay. This is so cute. Even the backgrounds are so cute. I love Lori Holt fabric. Oh, that's upside down. Look at the little bees. Those are cute. So this is how much I have left after the Be Vintage block, because I use this as a background. Let's see. 9 by 14 inch. Well, there's a 16 by 18. I do not have enough for that block. 9 by 14. I do not have enough for the 9 by 14. This part right here is about 8.5 inches usable. And that's the widest part. Okay. 1 4 by 8 for the seam ripper block. Or 4 3.5 by 3.5 for quilt block 6. 2 by 2.5 for quilt block 6. Well, let's just start at the top and do the 4 by 8 for the seam ripper block and see how far we can get with this. Okay, get my more manageable ruler out here. I don't really like that big long one, it slips. Okay, let's pull it up here. And most of these blocks, Lori, I haven't read through directions yet. I probably should do that, but these are like applique blocks, so you'll cut the squares bigger, unless it's for a piece block. This does have a few piece blocks in it. You'll cut the squares bigger and then cut them down. So 4 inches. I'm just gonna put that up to that straight line right there. Guys, feel free to ask any questions. I quilt, I knit, I crochet, embroider, cross stitch, pretty much anything. All right. All right, 4 by 8. Put my label. Seam ripper block. If I can find the end of my tape. Hey guys, thanks for joining. I am making the Lori Holt My Happy Place quilt. You can find the information on Google. Just search Lori Holt My Happy Place quilt and it's a free pattern download on her blog. You can sew along with me every Saturday, somewhere between 10 and 1 probably. You can sew along or watch or ask questions or ask me to do other things and I'll try to show you if you have any requests. I usually make my quilts start to finish. I like to quilt them myself. I don't send them off to a long harmer. 1, that's expensive, and 2, it's part of the process, and I like doing it. So, but I only have my domestic machine, my domestic Juki. So, sometimes if I'm doing a big quilt, it's bare. I do have a cutie quilt frame that I set up sometimes if I want to do a pantograph or don't want to wrestle a huge quilt underneath that. Okay, so mark that one off. For the next, I need I don't know if I have enough to do all of those. Quilt block 6, it says. 4 3.5-inch squares. And 4 2 by 2.5-inch squares. Guys, this is a free quilt pattern. I would not be telling you sizes because that would be intellectual theft, and we are not about that. I love a good free quilt pattern though. So I need, for 4 3.5, I would need a 7 by 7-inch square. I think I got enough to get that out. Okay. Now this is for a quilt block, so these will not be cut down later, so you need to be pretty accurate with your cutting here. Okay. And hold on to these. I don't throw away my crumbs either, so I'm a bit of a fabric hoarder. This stuff is expensive and I want to get as much as I can out of it. So I'm pretty much cutting these. Oops, I didn't get it turned right. 4 at a time. So 7 by 7 and cut that in half. That's 3.5. So I'll end up with a 3.5 by 3.5. Good gravy. I've cut this crooked as all get out. Okay. It's a good thing I made a little bit of wiggle room. And I will probably cut these and then, what time is it? I'll probably cut these and call it quits because my mom is coming to visit today and we are going to go do a little bit of shopping and have some visiting time. Guys, if you don't mind, give that video a like. Also, I'm going to upload this to my YouTube channel in case you want to go watch it or didn't catch the beginning of it. So that link is in my bio. Feel free to follow me on TikTok. That's where I'm going to post the most. I'd love to have you over there. I do all kinds of stuff. I started quilting during the pandemic. Like everybody else, I was making a million face masks. And that was one after the other, after the other, after the other. And they sold pretty good. I had a pretty good pattern down that I really liked that didn't stick to your face. And so I sold a lot of face masks. But as you can probably guess, I got really tired of making face masks really quick. So I needed something to break up the monotony of the face masks. And so I just started quilting quilts again. I made my first quilt in high school, hand pieced it. I had it quilted by somebody else, but it is absolutely atrocious. And I may, after I get off this live, I'm going to go dig it out and make a TikTok about it. So be sure to check back my page and see how awful my first quilt was. Don't be afraid to start. Just start. It's fine.
Hi, baby.
And here comes my daughter. Does she want to join my live? Apparently not. She's got an archery tournament today. She's going to. Gotcha.
Huh?
You got an archery tournament to go to today.
Oh, yeah. I have a favor to ask of you.
Uh-oh. I'm on live.
It's not a bad favor. I just need you to iron my stuff.
Okay, lay it out and I'll
Okay.
iron it for you later. What time is the dance?
7.
Okay. All right. Of course, ironing. My favorite. She's got a winter semi-formal or something tonight she's going to. Okay. So I got the 3.5 by 3.5 cut for quilt block 6. Now I need 4 2 by 2.5, so that'd be a 4 by 5 block. Hey guys, I am working on the Lori Holt Be Vintage quilt. You can find the information on her website. Or, I'm sorry, Lori Holt My Happy Place. I just finished the Be Vintage quilt. It's a free quilt pattern. You do need to buy some templates to do the shapes. I got those on Black Friday sale from Fat Quarter Shop, but they are still available, I think. Save those crumbs. So 4 2 by 2.5 inch squares. What's your favorite part of quilting? Mine is not cutting. Okay. Oh no. Oh, there they are. I was like, I've lost blocks already. Okay. So I'm going to clip these together. Since they are for the same block. And then I'm going to put my little label on them. I'm just going to put quilt block 6. Okay, got those cut. If you have any quilting questions, just let me know. I will be happy to answer them for you if I know them. Okay, this is asking for 6 2 by 2 inches. For the embroidery scissors block. Okay. So I'm going to wait and see what I cut out the embroidery scissor block on and cut those out on the same. And then the next is for sashing, and I haven't gotten any sashing yet, so I'm going to wait and cut that out with the sashing. Okay, so I think this is a good place to stop. This is how much I had left out of that fat quarter. I can still get a couple pieces out of that. If you'd like to follow me, I will be posting some videos. I just said I would post my first quilt that I ever made, and I will be very embarrassed, but I'm going to do it because you have to start somewhere. If you want to start quilting, just start. It doesn't matter if the first thing you make is ugly. And for some reason, I thought it was a great idea as a teenager who had never made a quilt before to start with a large quilt. Not just a small wall hanging or something like that. No, I went big. Go big or go home. That's my philosophy. Okay. So, next week, next Saturday, I will continue cutting, and I will make sure that I have my sewing machine put together over there, and we can piece some backgrounds together and cut some of the bigger squares. This quilt's going to have scrappy background, so I have a whole stack here, and we are ready to go. So, guys, join me next Saturday about between 10 and 1 probably, and we will make our My Happy Place quilt together. So again, if you are interested in making this quilt, if I can find the paper, this is the quilt I'm making. And you can find the information about it on Lori Holt's blog. Or just go to Google and type Lori Holt, My Happy Place, and the pattern will come right up. All right, guys. See you next week.